to finish off your presentation, you're looking at how do we wrap this up? How do we make it so that we end on things like high energy engagement or re-engagement and keep that excitement in the room as you move into a Q&A during a case competition, or just keep that excitement as people start to move in the project in a real life type of situation. So I think a few key things here are to complete the circle, complete the story, complete that emotional connection you began with. And you want to complete the connections and linkages in your story so that you're ending on a high note. It makes sense as the audience gets excited, gets re-engaged, gets pumped up about the idea that you've just presented. I think the key here again is ending this on a high energy, keeping that excitement where you carry it into the Q&A or whatever the next steps of the project are. And it's really about the idea of closing the sale. And what I tend to do is tell my teams not to end with something like, we now open the floor for questions. Create a mic drop moment. Drop the information, drop on the impacts. And as you're doing that, thank your audience for listening. And so the idea here is it needs to be impactful and benefits focused. This is really the last chance to focus on the big picture and why. You want to thank the audience. You want to avoid that thank you and question slide and avoid that now we open the floor type of closing. Verbally thank the audience and end on an energetically on an engaging point. And this also allows you to start controlling the Q&A by potentially using a executive summary or key slide to remind the judges what was just presented. And what you want to do is leave this slide up during Q&A because it's a bit of a reminder as the judges start to ask their questions and you start to move into that phase of the presentation or the solution itself.